Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Wednesday, June 29th, 2016. Starting off with Nintendo. There is a rumor Nintendo is working on VR. Shigeru Miyamoto commented at E3 that Nintendo was researching VR, trying to figure out how to deal with long periods of playtime. The reason Nintendo did not show off VR or the NX at E3 this year was for fear of people copying what they are doing. They have also mentioned the issue of having to develop the technology because it doesn't exist yet, at the same time saying they want to completely change your gaming experience. All of this leads me to believe that it may not be VR, but instead AR, augmented reality, that they are working on. Nintendo has experimented with AR in the past with the Nintendo 3DS. This is purely my own speculation, remember that? And remember, this is also just teasers because in final Nintendo news, they claim they need to sell at least 2 million copies of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wind in order to break even with development costs. I'm sure that won't be hard though. And speaking of selling millions, Microsoft has shipped 1 million Xbox One Elite controllers. Remember, that's shipped, not sold, but it's safe to say they've probably sold at least 80% of those. And in even larger numbers is the number of PlayStation Plus subscribers. Sony says almost 21 million gamers are signed up for the service. Speaking of PlayStation Plus, the free games you will receive with your subscription for July have been released, and you can see those on your screen right now. If you like System Shock, a Kickstarter has been started for a remaster, which already has a playable demo open to everyone, not just the backers. Find a link to download the demo down below, as well as links for sources for all of today's stories. A hotel in Los Angeles has used a picture of the skyline of GTA 5 to showcase the location on their website. And the most serious case of, is this GTA or real life, that's ever occurred. There is no way I could not cover this next one, as Brexit has overthrown Donald Trump as the most popular disease name in Plague Inc. On to release announcements. Yeah, I know, the intro's still going. Bethesda has added a centered, fixed gun position for Doom, reminiscent of the perspective seen in the classic Doom games. Also out today is an update for Uncharted 4, bringing multiplayer and a new map. Totally destroying the fourth wall, J.J. Abrams is going to be a playable character in the upcoming LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens game. The Banner Saga 2 is now ahead of schedule and will be on PS4 and Xbox One this Friday, July 1st. Square Enix has announced a Final Fantasy VII themed Monopoly game. Black Desert Online is getting its free expansion today called Valencia. An official Steam app is out for free for all Windows Phone users. A BioShock collection has been mentioned and listed on Developer 2K's website, though it has not been formally announced just yet, and the listing has now been removed. And this last one, I cannot believe, because according to this article, coming to the PSVR is the story of Christ in Jesus VR. I have no words other than, please don't make that game. How about we all just go play Halo 5, because it's free for the next week on Xbox One, including all of the DLC if you're a gold member. Really, I don't think religious games like that are a good idea. Okay, so I'll level with you. I really want to talk about Overwatch, about how if you were having trouble logging in yesterday, they were being DDoSed, and about how competitive mode is now underway on PC, coming to console next week. But the dumbass at Trek Industries has seemingly had a meltdown, Sony has cold feet about crossplay, Zero Time Dilemma has had tons of problems shipping their pre-orders, and PlayStation 4 players have some really bad news about Fallout 4. It's as bad as you think. Find out how bad on today's news cartridge. A little correction to yesterday before we move on with this story. I reported that the game Orion Prelude was temporarily taken off of Steam. It was actually Orion, a game with a similar name by the same developer, and remains not available for purchase on Steam. Since yesterday, this story has gotten a whole lot messier, and seemingly it's just one man causing a bunch of ruckus. After stating he would not legally pursue Activision for their DMCA takedown against their game Orion, David Pressel of Trek Industries has decided to threaten to sue everyone else, up to and including Reddit users, to remove discussions pertaining to the matter or face legal action and even prison. And even a French video game site, they sent back this awesome picture of a dinosaur. Mwah! Since yesterday, he has banned himself from his own Steam page, donated $750 to his own Indiegogo campaign for some reason, which is really weird because it only had a $500 goal to begin with. Additionally, more than $900 has been donated on Indiegogo as of writing this episode. Most of the accounts that donated have only donated to this cause, which strongly implies these accounts are brand new. I have no idea what he's doing with this, where he's going, and the Indiegogo campaign looks nothing more like an ego boost for him. Stay tuned to News Cartridge as we both see where this one goes. Cross-platform play is something I am very much looking forward to, if it'll ever happen. Apparently, though, it's only a big if for Sony, as Microsoft is now waiting on them to decide if they want to go forward. Initially, Sony was on board, eager, it seemed, to get cross-platform play going, and Microsoft said it wasn't on their schedule and that they weren't even considering it. Since that's happened not so long ago, Microsoft is now gung-ho, and Sony says that they aren't sure if their customers want it. I want it, of course, but I'm not their target demographic either. Sounds to me like they know something about what would happen if they did, and after doing some consideration, it would mean that people no longer have to buy Sony's machine in order to play with their friends. Microsoft has everything to gain from this, and Sony could very well shoot themselves in the foot. They are probably thinking of a way to make cross-platform play available while at the same time giving people a reason to buy their console to play with their friends rather than the competition. Stop the presses! Wait, they don't say that anymore. Modding on Fallout 4 for PS4 has been delayed indefinitely. The issues about mods for the PS4 version of Fallout have been known for a little while now, one of them being the 900 megabyte limit per mod. Other known problems are things like memory leaks, something that is not tolerable on console because it will cripple the system incredibly fast. Currently, there is no release window, but as more unfolds, I will cover it here. Finally for today, the game Zero Time Dilemma released yesterday, but some people who pre-ordered a physical copy didn't receive it. The pre-order bonus was a replica watch the characters of the game wear, but it was delayed because the first order of watches came back damaged from the manufacturer. The publisher went on without the physical reward anyway, but when it came down for people to receive their order, it didn't show up. Amazon has changed some shipping dates to July without sending notification to the buyer. Amazon has since offered a $10 discount on the game, but that does little to no good to people who just want to play their game. If you are affected by this, please let me know about it in the comment section down below. Finally, tomorrow's game releases for PC: The Final Frontier Space Simulator, Awakened, Shepherds of the Abyss, The Temporal Invasion, Klepto, Killbot, and Abyss Cave. For PlayStation 4, Doodle God. For Nintendo Wii U, Invanoid. For Nintendo 3DS, Box Boy. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And Microsoft has broken Volkswagen's record of making more than 34 million bugs.